Considering a move to Corpus Christi, Texas, well, hold on before you pack your bags, because I'm going to be talking about some summer surprises that might just catch you off guard. From the scorching heat and the sticky humidity to the threat of hurricanes and even having tourist traffic, there are a few challenges that you definitely should know about. And whether you're returning to my channel or you're new, welcome. I'm Lezli Milner, your local real estate agent, and I create weekly content on Corpus Christi and the surrounding areas, giving you insights on the real estate market and the daily lifestyle. So if you are considering buying, selling, investing, or even relocating to Corpus Christi, I'd love to help you, guide you through the process. Don't hesitate to reach out to me. You'll find my contact information in the description below. And if this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything there is to know about living in Corpus Christi or the surrounding areas, then make sure you hit that subscribe button below. Give this video a like and tap that notification bell so that way you can stay updated on all the weekly content that I put out about the area. Now, with that said, let's get into what challenges that you might face here in the summer months. First, let's talk about the climate in Corpus Christi because it is a subtropical climate and the summers are very hot and humid. And it's not just the heat that makes it intense. It's really the humidity that can make it feel much harder than the forecasted temperature. You have average humidity levels between 70 and 76%. And in 2023, we experienced some of the hottest summer months on the record. In June, you had an average high of 96 degrees with a heat index reaching 125 degrees. And in July, it was even hotter than June with an average high of 98 degrees. And then August comes and breaks all the records as the hottest month ever with the average high of 99 degrees. Last summer, the average temperature was around 87 degrees. It does get quite windy here though, which can help with the air movement and make the heat a little bit more bearable. But just know that wind gusts can range from around 20 to 30 miles per hour on certain days. So just be prepared for those strong wind gusts that can sometimes make it just a little uncomfortable. Now, I want to discuss the hurricanes and tropical storm threat to the area because hurricane season runs from June to November with the peak threat to the Texas coast from August to September. And over the years, there's been many tropical storms, depressions, and smaller hurricanes that have impacted the area, but there's been 3 major hurricanes that have significantly affected the community. The first being the hurricane of 1919, the second being Hurricane Celia in 1970, and lastly, Hurricane Harvey in 2017. And since I moved here back in 2019, we've only experienced a couple of tropical storms that have just brought a lot of rainfall, but thankfully there's been no major hurricanes. But if a hurricane were to hit the area, it's very crucial to have an emergency plan in place and know the evacuation routes that you're going to be taking because hurricanes will be bringing strong winds and flooding, especially in the low-lying areas. The roads that are closer to the beach will be affected by the storm surge, and heavy rain will cause a significant amount of flooding. Now, there is certain roads in Corpus that are prone to holding water and flooding during the heavy rainfall. So it's always recommended to be aware of those areas. And the city's going to be giving you plenty of notice before the hurricane or tropical storm hits to make sure that you have the resources available if that storm were to come. And you do need to make sure that you have supplies to protect your home. And just know that if you need sandbags, there will be stations set up around the city for you to pick some up. So if you are considering buying a home here, it's important to check out the flood maps and see how the flood zone looks. Now, I want to talk about the tourism aspect because Corpus Christi, along with nearby areas like Port Aransas and Rockport, are very popular tourist destinations, especially during the summer months and the holidays like 4th of July, Memorial Day, and even Labor Day. These peak times bring a significant influx of visitors, making the daily life here just a little bit more hectic for the residents. And you're going to expect more traffic, longer wait times at restaurants, the beaches are crowded, you have busier stores and attractions, and this influx of tourists really just makes it challenging for residents to enjoy the local amenities during the summer months and the holiday weekends. Speaking of the influx of tourists during the summer months, traffic can become a bit of a hassle, especially on the main roads and near the popular attractions, and learning alternate routes and the best times to travel around town can really help you avoid the worst of the traffic congestion. And fortunately, Corpus does have many connecting side roads to navigate around the heavy traffic areas, and locals tend to avoid certain spots during peak tourist times. And locals also keep in mind that tourists are unfamiliar with the area and they tend to drive a little bit slower, often going under the speed limit and paying close attention to their GPS, which can add to the traffic frustration. So planning your routes ahead of time is recommended. And if you plan to go to the beach on a holiday weekend, just know it's best to leave early if you're heading from Corpus to Port Aransas, because the JFK Causeway can get pretty backed up during prime times of travel, which can really put a damper on your beach day. So planning ahead and avoiding peak travel times can just make your trip much more enjoyable. Another thing to be aware of is the bugs, because with the warmer climate, Corpus is home to many bugs, including mosquitoes, cockroaches, you have fleas in the sandier areas, and even scorpions. So having a regular pest control service is definitely recommended to help keep your home bug-free. I personally use a pest control company that comes out every other month to make sure my yard and the inside of my home is treated to keep the bugs away. I pay around $45 each time that they come out, and I haven't had any issues since getting on a regular pest control schedule for my home. And just take note that the mosquitoes here can be terrible during the summer months. And to help get rid of the mosquitoes in your yard, you can spray your yard with some mosquito repellent. And if you do enjoy being in your backyard, I recommend having the Johnson's baby lotion on hand instead of traditional sprays like Off. It not only repels mosquitoes effectively, but it also smells and feels much better on your skin. Lastly, I want to talk about the freshwater activities here, because Corpus Christi has limited options in this area. The only major water park is Hurricane Alley, which is really fun, but it tends to get crowded during peak times. There's also some splash pads around the city and a few community swimming pools, but these can become quite busy as well, especially during the summer months because everybody's out of school. And another option that is nearby is Lake Corpus Christi. It's located about 45 minutes away and it's near the city of Mathis. While it's a good spot to do some boating or some freshwater fishing, the drive can be a bit of a hassle for frequent trips. So for families and individuals who love the frequent freshwater activities, this might be a downside, unlike other areas with a couple lakes or even rivers to do some fishing or swimming or even some boating. Corpus does have freshwater options that are more limited, and many locals do find themselves heading to the coast for saltwater activities instead. But if freshwater is your preference, it's something to keep in mind. And additionally, some neighborhoods do have private pools that can offer less crowded experiences, so it might be worth considering homes in those areas if freshwater activities is more important to you. So those are some of the downsides of living in Corpus Christi during the summer months. From the hot and humid, windy summers to the potential for hurricanes and flooding, the influx of tourists with the traffic congestion, you have bugs and limited freshwater activities, and it's important to know both the good and the bad before making your move. So if you are considering a move to Corpus Christi and you want more information, don't hesitate to reach out to me. You'll find my contact information in the description below for you. And if you did find this video helpful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button below. Give this video a like and click that notification bell so that way you can stay updated on all the weekly content that I put out about Corpus Christi and the surrounding areas. Again, I'm Lezli Milner, and I'll see you in the next video.